You're tuned in.
The Snapback Journey Radio.
Snapback Journey Radio.
The Snapback Journey Radio.
Presented by Checka TV.
With healthy conversations.
Hosted by Checka.
Hey, yo, Checka.
What up? We're live on Clubhouse right now, by the way. So for us, I would say, and I work mainly in the nonprofit marketing sector, so we're really thinking about who are our stakeholders. So we actually started with just creating personas. So, figuring out and identifying very specific characteristics of the people that we want to either serve or that we want support from. And then we thought about who they are, what they like, what we want them to say about us, and how we want to engage. How do they engage with nonprofits? Those are some of the things that we thought about, and we created a name, right, for that person or people. We actually have probably more personas that we need. I'm not sure. We have about 6 or 7 of them, and they represent different things from our volunteers. A volunteer persona, we have a student persona, and it helps us narrow down our focus when we're trying to talk to our different audiences. So we know, in some situations we may talk a little bit more casual because that makes more sense for that audience. When we think about how we find them, for us, we're in the community, so we want to actually go to where they are, where the people who need the help the most. And so we connect with them through other community partners that might align with our work. But then also when we want to speak to them, we're using the social channels. So we had to find out what social channels do they use the most. YouTube and Facebook were probably like the top for our parent persona, but LinkedIn is the number one for our donor and supporter persona. So in those situations, we go and we listen to them in a sense of, watching their posts, how they're engaging with ours, sort of identifying even in that what buckets they fit in. Are they funders, donors, volunteers? We are, because nonprofit marketing is a very, bootstrap type situation. You don't get a lot of access to software and things like that. We do use Hootsuite, and in Hootsuite, we're able to set up streams. And so, for an example, one of the streams that we set up for our Hootsuite to listen to the audience, that one of the audiences that we have is a stream for all of our school partners. So they use Twitter a lot in Georgia. The schools use Twitter to talk to each other and to showcase what they're doing. And so I have, all the principals, all of our partners, all the school districts, and I listen and watch out for different things that are happening so that I know, at what point are they making a transition. Like right now, there's a lot of transition happening. So I can just look at their Twitter feed to know who's going back virtual, who's going hybrid. Like that's how I'm able to sort of listen to that audience. And then that lets us know what type of content do we want to produce that will attract them or just make us be part of the conversation that they're having at the time.
So the research that we do is typically like a lot of social research, a lot of web research, and we try to understand people's motivations. So even if I'm within a certain target audience, I like to approach it as if I'm not, because I really want to understand what the different thoughts are of the target audience, because no one's a monolith, no one race, no one age demographic, no one gender. And so what we try to do is make sure that we have insights based on a spectrum and a range. So that's what we do to really try to make sure that we understand the holistic thoughts behind the target audience we're trying to reach.
But as far as my organization goes, I work for a cybersecurity company, one of the most renowned cybersecurity companies in the world, FireEye and Mandiant. And so really our partnership is within the cyber community. I'm not sure if you guys know, but there was a recent breach to the US government back in December, and we were the ones that uncovered it, and it's called the SolarWinds breach. Now, we didn't have to disclose any information to the public about this breach, but we did that in good faith because we're always trying to share the latest and relevant cybersecurity news with the cyber community. And in doing that, in giving away information that is valuable, we build trust with that community and partnerships. The other area where we build partnerships at in my organization is channel partners or affiliate partners. You know, whether you're in B2B or B2C, you're going to have an affiliate network, you're going to have a channel network, you're going to have people that have common interests with your business. And so, yeah, it is relevant to build partnerships when you're starting out your business, or even growing it. So yeah, I would say it's very relevant.
So networking is basically our bread and butter, our favorite pastime, our thing to do every single day, whether it's a drink after work or a networking event. I feel like the more people you know, you're able to filter out what everyone's strengths are. And once you keep connecting, it's almost like a tree. Like when I first started out with you at KTU back in 2006, I remember actually you were one of the first people to remind me that it's all about networking, who you know, what branch can branch you off to the other person, And through that networking, I will say in the past almost 20 years, we have probably a forest of people that we can call on for studio projects that we have. If we need a writer, if we need a graphic designer, if you need 4 women on a marketing panel on a Saturday, you know what I mean? This is the product of networking and growing within each other, forming relationships. Like now, Oneisha and Lori, now they're my brand. I know Bonnie already, but now they're on my tree. So guess what? Next project I have, I already know top of mind. These are the people who I'm going to call upon because we already have formed some sort of bond because we all know what we're talking about. We all deal with the same thing, whether it's cybersecurity, whether it's television, whether it's like, you know, oceanography. We all have the same sort of goal, which is to know more people who can help us, connect us to more people. We're very social people, which is why we're in marketing to begin with. This is probably why we all decided to be in this, because we're very good at this. We're very good at being social. We're wordy. We like to talk. We like to be innovative and discuss what we like to probably take other people's ideas and try and help them to fulfill them. That's just the kind of people we are, and that's why we're marketers. I would say in my industry, I co-own a production company with my brother, and we do as much networking. It's so natural because everywhere we are, we're meeting new people who never thought they'd want a video, but now they see us shooting this music video and maybe they want to do a music video. And now they know people who are directors and maybe they want to add someone else to the mix. It's an entire ecosystem of people who are working together. And I think the importance is to start early, like we did in 2005. We start with our little tree. And it grew. And now I could say that I have the confidence as a marketer today to be able to successfully implement anyone from my tree and help them out, fulfill their goals at the same time while feeding the need that I have for a successful project.